What's up guys, OpTic Ashes here bringing you another Ask Ashes video. Today we got a lot of questions, so we're going to try to burn through them real quick. I'm not going to be adding gameplay into this one because I am in South Carolina visiting my lovely girlfriend Sarah. And so I've got the questions here. I don't have gameplay, so we're just going to go ahead and get through these real quick. Alright? Question number 1 comes from Anonymous, who asks, what games do you play apart from Gears of War? The biggest game that I play apart from Gears of War is probably League of Legends. I spent a lot of time managing and coaching in that, and I play that a lot. I've been playing a lot of CSGO recently, but those are kind of the main two right now. Question number 2, also from an anonymous asker, who asks, what is the best advice for upcoming coaches? The best advice I could probably give for upcoming coaches would be make sure that, one, you find a team that you actually enjoy and can get the respect from the players. Basically, this is important because if players don't respect you and don't respect your input when you give it and your feedback when you give that, they're not going to be able to learn as much from you, and it could cause internal drama within the team, which is obviously your last goal as a coach. Make sure you understand the game and the advanced concepts of the game and be able to identify what your players actually need to hear and what they don't need to hear. So for example, when I'm working with my team, I don't need to tell them, you know, you missed your shot there, you need to do this. They know the mechanics of the game better than anybody, but what they might need help on is, you know, fixing their communication or changing up their strategy a little bit or how to rotate better mid-round. So just I'd be able to identify the strengths and weaknesses of your team and then be able to fix those weaknesses while still perfecting those strengths. Question number 3 comes from Anonymous, who asks, you get to be any superhero, who are you going to be? Who do I want to be? I really like Spider-Man, I like Wolverine. Gambit was always one of my favorites, even though he's kind of like I don't know if he's really a superhero or super villain. He kind of plays both roles. I don't know. I do like Iron Man, but he doesn't really have superpowers. He just has a lot of money and he's really smart. I'd probably pick Spider-Man the most out of all those, because I feel like his list of abilities with shooting webs and being super strong and all that stuff would be the most useful. Last question from an anonymous asker says, burrito or taco? Burrito, duh. Chipotle burrito is the best. This next question comes from @MNIIJ, who asks, what are you most looking forward to from switching from Gears of War UE to Gears of War 4? Metagame. Thank God there's metagame now. I'm so excited for metagame. I'm excited for strategy. I'm excited for tactics. I'm excited for the game to take brains. Yeah. That's what I'm most excited for. Next question comes from @extortions_, who says, have you played Red Rover, and if yes, have you ever injured someone when they dared you over? I think the last time I played Red Rover was like 2nd grade. I'm pretty sure it was like 2nd grade, and I don't think I injured anyone, but there was another kid on the playground who did injure somebody, but never me, no. I'm a gentle giant. Question number, 7, it comes from @DomesTV, who asks, how does it feel to go from Denial to OpTic in the lifespan of Gears of War UE? Amazing. When we first started off this whole adventure, it was hard to believe that we got an organization like Denial. Denial was a great org, and then moving on to literally our dream organization in OpTic Gaming was, I mean, it was like the highlight of the year. You know, like we won Season 1, we won MLG, but being able to join OpTic and be a part of the Greenwall is just the most amazing experience. And I constantly rant about this, so I'm not going to go ranting too much, but it's probably the most incredible feeling in the world. Question number 8 comes from @Synoptics, I think, who asks, what is your favorite Gears of War moment / tournament? Definitely MLG Columbus and winning that. Being able to beat Envy was a huge, you know, awesome moment. And then taking the final so convincingly just to, like, you know, certify ourselves as the best in Gears of War UE. That was probably the greatest moment of our Gears of War, or at least my Gears of War career thus far. Question number 9 comes from @CriticalGG who asks, what are the pros and cons of going up to 5 players per team for competitive in the new game? Pros would be it adds more strategy and it makes the game more exciting to watch because it adds that 5th element, that, or technically the 9th and 10th elements being that both teams are going to have 5 players. It's going to make the game more chaotic, which is what we thrive in, and it brings like on a new family member. Like, it was really awesome being able to pick up Summons, who has always been so close to the team. So all of that is really really fun and really good pros to it. The cons will be that communication will be a little bit rough. Having 5 voices interacting at the same time during a fast-paced respawn game type, that's going to be kind of difficult to fine-tune, but hopefully we'll be able to do so. Question number 10 comes from @MarkCope96, who asks, who's the best Discord chat mod? All of you. Question number 11 comes from @JelloMelts, who asks, how does it feel to be on OpTic? See question number 7. Feels awesome. Amazing experience. Love it. Love the Greenwall. Love the staff. Love the teams. Love my players. All of it is just awesome. Question number 12 comes from @TonyBaloney, who asks, when is the soonest we will see the team compete online or on LAN? October 22nd and 23rd is the Gears of War 4 Invitational, and we are obviously attending that. So that will be a LAN event for the top 5 teams in North America, best team in Europe, or I don't know if it's the best team in Europe now after all that disqualification crap. But a team from Europe, best team from LAN, best team from Australia/Asia. So it should be a really good LAN event, really fun, great way to launch Gears of War 4. Question number 13 comes from the Ollie JT. For someone who has never played or watched Gears of War, why should they be interested in it as an esport? Gears of War probably has the most passionate community of any other esport, arguably even more than the fighting game community. Jesus Christ, how many times did they flush their toilet? Got a passionate community, we've got developer support, and we've got money on the line now, which means we have a lot more to play for than just pride, which was always kind of what they played for, what the players played for in the past. Now we've got money, big money on the line. On top of that, the game is awesome. Like, bloody, gory, fast-paced, kill 'em all, exploding guts, excitement, violence, and whatnot. So, there's not any other shooter like it on the market. It's third person, so you got a different angle. You've got a new game type that's going to be a little bit different than anything we've seen before. We've got new strategies that are different than anything any FPS has really seen before. So it's going to be a really interesting game type with a really passionate community. That's going to make it an exciting watch for anybody, not just a Gears of War fan. Question number 14 comes from @XSundown, who asks, who is the most attractive person involved in Gears of War, and why is it Sundown? Question number 15 comes from Critical Edwin, who asks, what's your favorite sports? Really? My favorite sports is esports, clearly. Outside of that, I do like soccer, or football, if you're from Europe. Probably those two. Definitely esports, because I watch like all esports, or almost all esports. So that's 100% what I'll choose to watch over anything else. Question number 16 comes from @Stephen Graveline, who asks, what is one thing you want the Greenwall to know about you the most? Damn, that's a tough one. I think the one thing I want you guys to know about me the most is that this has been, like, okay, so a lot of people would say like this is a dream of theirs and that kind of thing, but this has literally been something that I've been working towards my entire life. Like, the situation I'm in right now with being able to create content for you guys and coach the best team in Gears of War and just work in esports as like my career is something that I've always been working towards. I was always a competitive gamer. I went to college knowing that I wanted to work in gaming in some form or another, and I chose my final degree path to better further myself as a manager and as a coach, and be able to understand players from all different cultures and all different regions and backgrounds as best as I possibly could. And I think all of that hard work is like finally paid off, and that's why this all means so much. Like, I read every single comment from you guys, and I love the feedback and the interaction, and it's just an incredible, it's more than I thought it would be, and I love the fact that I can continue to make it grow. So I think that is probably what I want you guys to know the most, is that like every time I say that, like, I'm completely genuine. It's not just a regurgitated response. It's literally mind-blowing. Last question for this video comes from @O_Mr. Shadow_O, who asks, where do you see yourself in 10 years gaming wise. The dream, if we're talking about the dream, I see myself creating content, still a part of OpTic, still a part of the Greenwall, and you know, if Gears of War is around then, or I just become like a general coach for OpTic, or even like just a staff member in terms of management or something like that, but creating content as well, like that to me would be like the dream. Is just, you know, continuing to work in esports and in gaming and provide content to you guys, which is something that I'm finding that I really love doing. And yeah, just living life. That's where I see myself. That's my goal. That's kind of the goal that I have for myself for in 10 years gaming wise. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed the questions this week. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, as always. And in the comments down below, let me know if you have any questions for next week's video using the hashtag AskAshes. As always, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. I really appreciate the support, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Go!